Alrighty then. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. As you guys can tell from all this, I have been a busy bee. Busy. Buzz. Yes, I have made pretty much one of every class now. I got a druid, got a mage or sorcerer. I got a barbarian, necromancer, and of course, the main character of this equation, Phil. Phil, the rogue. Let's jump right back into the game. Boom. We continue on with the campaign. I'm not going to do any side quests today because I'm going to be short on time. I got work in a few hours. So, we're going to focus on that campaign there properly today. Grind it out like a boss. We're going to do it. We're going to hammer through it. We're going to do it. We got it. Alright. Let me double check my inventory. I should probably get rid of some junk. And do I want to sell it, or I'm not really strapped for gold at the moment, but it's always good to have some gold. And we'll do it like this. We'll sell. So wait, hold on. That's better than what I got. Oh, that's because I have legendary on. Might be better armor, but I think yeah, it's not as good as stats. So nope.
Anything else?
Nope. Oh yeah, Vigo. That fucking sucked yesterday. To see what the oh so enlightened Church of Inarius did to that poor man. Fuck him. That was. Don't get me wrong. What he did was absolutely fucked. Like he risked the lives, and he had one job, and he fucked up, and he potentially might have led the planet to destruction.
Well struck.
But at the same time, to put him in a penitence engine type deal thing like that and doom him to death, I don't think that was the right move. Because he was clearly repentant already. He clearly knew what he did was wrong and regretted it heavily. So doing that to him, in my opinion, that just didn't accomplish or achieve anything.
Psst, you there. I need to talk to you.
They just lost a good and loyal soldier. That's all that they did there. Granted, I'm happy he came and helped our asses for sure, but I don't believe those engine type armor things you necessarily have to wear like that. Just saying. Probably make some more gems out of this stuff. Let's grab all the stacks. And let's go craft some higher end gemstones here. So I won't completely condemn the church, because again, I get why they did it, and he clearly was willing and agreed it was the right punishment for his sin. But it's still an extreme that was completely unnecessary. So they're clearly not in the right in my book. But it is a very appropriately grimdark moment for sure. I thought that was very tonally appropriate for Diablo. Where the fuck am I going? Oh yeah, the gemstones are... I think. Wait, do I have the wrong spot? No, it's right there. Right, yeah. I almost went right past it, because I'm a genius. Hey, hello, Einars. How you doing? How's your day going? Hope it's going good. And so we'll do that. Hey James. The Inarius bitch boy moment are you talking about? Or which? So far, the main issue I have is like with his church, because they pulled some crap. I haven't actually. Also, he went to Rathma, begging and pleading for him to unlock hell and such. There's several things with him that
I don't
are
have the
kind of fucking
materials.
weird. I need 3. Fuck you! I want. Give me on. Fuck it. Alright, fine. Fuck you too. But so far, right now, my reasons for calling him a bitch come down to begging Rathma to let him go to hell so he could kill Lilith, so he could go home to heaven, so he could fuck this shit, I'm out moment, pretty much. He's really wanting to bail hard on Sanctuary, which I get that. But also that church of his that worship him so thoroughly. They also did something to a character named Vigo, where they shoved him in a penitence engine type deal thing. It was basically an Iron Maiden mech, and they turned him into a pincushion. Now, to be fair, he fucked up. I will not take that away from why they did that. They had a reason to do that to him, so it's not like a purely terrible move, and he clearly agreed. Because he said it was a just punishment while he was dying. But still, that was fucked up. And they just lost a loyal soldier. Just because he fucked up a little
Farewell,
bit.
and good fortune.
Okay. I really want an upgraded version of this crude skull stuff. Oh, that. Yeah. I haven't gotten too far yet, so don't spoil me. So far, I just finished Act 1. And I've gone to great lengths to avoid spoilers. I've not even watched, like, build videos on Diablo right now. I'm solely trying to isolate myself from spoilers on YouTube and other places. So don't spoil me. I do want to experience the story fresh. He's just a sin for his demon wife? No. Hell no. He wants to kill Lilith right now. The thing is, I'm still not sure, because I haven't, like, read any books or anything. I've researched the lore as far as I've watched the Diablo IV videos. But even before that, I watched Riker's whole series on Diablo lore, and plus I know some of the lore just from having played Diablo 1 and 2 back in the day and paying attention. You know, I both the previous streams I ranted at length about the lore, so doing so again now will probably just be par for the course. But I already know about Anu and Tathamat and there being the origin of the High Heavens and the Burning Hells, all the heads of Tathamat creating the Primevals, Lilith is the daughter of Mephisto, etc., etc. I know all of that. When it comes to Lilith and Inarius creating Sanctuary, and then the Nephilim, and then fuck shit happening, Inarius banishing Lilith away, then setting the World Stone to basically devolve. Sometimes I comically imagine it with literally like a little toggle on the side, where it's just like, banish, no, destroy, no, devolve. There we go. There's so much shit in the lore that I encourage everybody to look into the lore of Diablo, because it's actually very intricately written, and it's a very awesome grimdark setting that only has like one hitch in its overall quality, which that was Diablo 3. So far, 4 is superior to 3 in every way, narratively and atmospherically speaking. The intricacies of the actual systems and the loot system, the Paragon system, which I haven't gotten to yet. There's lots of layers I haven't reached yet, so I can't quite compare the systems too closely between Diablo 3 and Diablo 4, but what I will say is narratively, atmospherically, and graphically, this game is superior to Diablo 3. I'd also say it feels better to play than Diablo 1 to me as well. So I'll say this, like, in a very broad strokes. It's better than Diablo 1. But I definitely don't think it's better than Diablo 3 so far. I mean, it's Diablo 2, sorry. It's better than 3, it's better than 1 in specific categories, but it's not better than 2. D3 was with Reapers is a tolerable game. But that's the thing. That's the most Reapers ever did, was accomplish tolerability. That is the most that's the most D3 ever achieved with Reaper of Souls. With Malthael coming back, becoming the aspect of death, killing, at that time it was like, what, 90% of the population? So he could charge himself up so he could annihilate the Burning Hells and do a bunch of fuck shit. That did certainly improve what the base D3 setup was narratively. It was a grimdarker ending. They set the tone very well with that intro cinematic with Reaper of Souls. Yes, and also loot grind and the itemization. Everything really got ramped up and fixed with Reaper of Souls. But the problem is, by that point, most people who were big fans of Diablo 2 gave up on Diablo 3. Certainly out of the people I know. Like, I know several people at this point who have never played Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls. They played Diablo 3 on launch, like I did, but Era 37, as well as all the other itemization, loot, RMT, auction house, all the other issues that were prevalent just completely put a lot of people I personally know off of the game. And a lot of them have asked me if Diablo 4 is worth checking out. And so far, I think the answer is yes. But it's asking a lot. Its base price is $70+. And also, even with that in mind, the game has a fucking cash shop.
Greetings, traveler. Behold the marvelous tale.
Well, the thing is, I think they've retconned the Nephilim stuff. Not fully. It's definitely clear that the Nephilim were still Nephilim from Diablo 3 with the main character. But in like if you watch the Diablo 4, like the new lore videos with the voice actor who does Loreth Nar, which by the way, for those who don't know, Loreth Nar is the one surviving member of the Haradrim, the Haradric like battle mages that we see in the Reaper of Souls cinematic, the intro cinematic, where Malthael reveals himself. He's the only one that survives, and that Tyrael says, "Go find the Nephilim." So, just so you know, he is a pre-established character. He's not new. He's old as shit now. Very different in his character now, but that's who Lorath is. Well, that's the thing. I don't recall it back then being population of one country. The metric was 90% of the human race's population. That's what I recall it being. Unless you have a source, Einars, that specifically said of one country, I recall it only being 90% of the human population. They retconned it in Diablo 4 to be 50% of the human population. The original number, though, was 90% of humanity was killed by Malthael's stuff, so he could energize himself like a battery. But with Diablo 4 lore coming in, that's been retconned to 50%. Which, I don't mind that retcon, because that's more believable. Because if Malthael really did kill 90% of the entire human population, there's really no recovering from that. Like, that's like, the amount of apocalyptic energy that would have is, like, ridiculous. I replayed D3 and Reaper of Souls a year ago now, something like that. And the number I recall was 90% of the human population, like of all Sanctuary, was the wording used. So, given Sanctuary is the planet. Well, true, exactly. At that point, if Malthael had successfully killed 90% of humanity, Diablo IV, which is only 50 years after that, should still feel way more post-apocalyptic. I mean, it kind of does in some ways, but not more so than Diablo 4, Diablo 2, Diablo 1, in terms of, like, this, the grim darkness of, like, the worlds outside of, like, the villages and stuff. Like, it's not that crazy amount. Yeah, by the way, this is, like, the cash shop items and stuff. Yeah. Read it and weep, boys. Read it and weep. Goddamn. I'm still annoyed that a $70 game has a cash shop. I'm fine if a game is free to play and has a cash shop, or is $70 but has no cash shop. Like, I feel like that's how it should be. I'm very annoyed that it's a $70+ game with a cash shop. At least right now, for now, to give it some kind of forgivability, it's purely cosmetic. But my thing is this one of the cases where they're starting out with cosmetic only, and then later they're moving into actually, like, you know, oh, pay to level your character to level 50 so you can hit the Paragon system. They start adding shit like that, I'm gone. Like, I'm instantly gone. Fuck this shit, I'm out type gone. But yeah, with Diablo 4, I know for a fact that they retconned it that Malthael only killed 50% of all humans in Sanctuary. Which, again, I'm fine with that retcon. That's what... Pretty much most retcons they could do to 3, I'm fine with. They don't seem... At this point, it doesn't seem that they've retconned out the Nephilim. The heroes from 3 were revived or resurrected or reborn Nephilim. But they did change some of the wording to now the Nephilim are referred to as heroes in, like, the new Diablo 4 lore. It's like, oh, the heroes that went to the high heavens to aid the angels against Diablo and the demons. Instead of the Nephilim went to go aid the... You know, like, the wording there is interesting. So, Einers, before I continue on with the story, are you caught up to Act 1 of this game? Or no? So, I have got to return to here. Let's port on over. Oh, cutscenes? Okay. The in-game ones or the pre-rendered ones? I haven't seen any of them past the Lilith reveal pre-rendered cinematic. That's the only one. Oh, only the pre-rendered ones. Okay. I've only seen one of the pre-rendered ones, and that's the intro one with Lilith. Other than that, I've only seen, like, the in-game cinematics with Lilith and other characters. So don't spoil me. I've only seen one. Yeah, today I'm gonna be, like, avoiding side quests just for now. I'm gonna be doing those on my own time, but that's just because I have a limited amount of time to stream. So let's boogie on over to Act 2. Dark Omens. Hey, no. Back off. Oh yeah, one cool thing. By the way, make sure to leave a like on the stream and support, you know. Always appreciate that stuff. Yeah, well, one thing I really love about Twisted Blades, which is my secondary ability. It's literally just Mjolnir or the Leviathan axe from God of War. It's just, you stab them, and if you run away, they retract to you. They kill everything in their path. It's amazing. It's a great strategy to use.
I'm not ready yet.
Alright, so you've seen all the in-game ones that were in X. Okay, so yeah, you shouldn't be aware of everything I've done. Because I am only just starting with X2 now. I still haven't got a mount. I don't know when that unlocks. Now it's booty. Or gimme. In the mountainside of snow and plague. Did you have to buy a mount with real money? I don't know. I don't think so. I think there is an in-game base mount. But for sure there's the cosmetic one. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, like the Crypt Hunter. Like that specific one. That's that you do have to buy, but it's that specific mount. It's not mounts in general. There are in-game like base mounts you can buy with like gold. They're just not cosmetically pleasing. Or aesthetically pleasing, I guess is actually the term. So yes and no. No, not like period. Do you have to buy mounts to get one? Yes, you do have to buy a mount if you want one that actually looks cool. That pretty much goes for armor too as well. Like the in-game armor, I'm wearing all rares and a couple legendaries, and they don't look that great. I mean, I'm hoping like once I hit like level 50, the gear will actually start looking satisfactory at least. I hope there's a dye system as well, because I'm really not like I got purple vambraces, I got a red hood, and like a green over wrappings. It's very, and I'm sure it's intentional, very intentionally displeasing for an aesthetic. Also, the head slot isn't toggleable, I've noticed. Like, unless you want to unequip it, but no, I do wish it was toggleable, like whether I could see it or not. Let's
I need more time.
And we've arrived at the mansion.
Welcome to Firebreak Manor, traveler.
I'm here about the incident. Donan gave me permission to look around.
Incident.
That was all he said.
I must be referring to his study. Something unsettling transpired there.
His studies in the basement? You know, I get it. Man cave. Lilith was here. Oh, is he a traitor? Was she a vampire? Why would you go in there?
No. This can't be. I know who you are.
And I know you, Donan. Old, tired, each day a struggle to live up to your own legacy.
What do you want with me?
Astaroth.
She's dead.
Astaroth cannot die. Not by your hand. What have you done with him?
Away, demon. I deny you.
You have grown so frail. I can make you the hero you were.
Return to the darkness from whence you came. I said away!
So he didn't instantly give in, at least.
A signal horn.
That doesn't mean he hasn't given in yet. Oh, great, demons. What's with the lag? Fuck. Hold on, I'm just looting the bodies of this man's servants. Don't mind me. The soundtrack is damn good in this game.
I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet.
Fuck. Oh, okay, he's helping us out. I just noticed he was there. My signal good? I think so. Shadow Clone. Shadow Clone Jutsu! Hey, Dragonus. Kagebonu. Welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Make sure to like the stream, guys. Greatly appreciate it, and helps me get seen in the algorithm.
Goat men. They've never dared come so close to the estate before.
Perhaps they were drawn by Lilith's presence. I saw a vision of her in your study.
What do you mean, a vision?
Yeah, the skill tree
I
ain't
don't
very
fully
good.
understand how, but it isn't the first time.
Full of surprises, aren't you? No wonder you caught Lorath's attention. Well, now you understand my predicament. The daughter of hatred in my own home. She must be furious I cast her out.
That painting on your wall, who are the others in it?
Why do you ask?
Lilith seemed to leave after seeing them.
Nafane and Arida. The druids who helped me slay Astaroth. Yes. Yes, I think you're onto something. I resisted her, so she might question them about the demon next. There are knights stationed in villages near the druids. If Lilith passed through, they must have seen her.
Okay. That skill tree doesn't look like Diablo. So, yeah, the skill trees in this game are very, very, very straightforward. I haven't really delved into the Paragon system yet. That's post level 50, basically, for the skill trees and abilities. But each class in this game, in terms of the actual present skill tree, is very lackluster. I can do that. So, yeah, the skill trees all look like this no matter what class we're talking about. All classes, you have to, how it works, generally speaking, is to unlock each of these nodes of the skill tree. You have to invest in the prior trees before, like, this blood thing. So, for example, with the first basic skill tree, you have to put 2 attribute points into something here before you can then access the core skill tree, which then you have to put in a certain number of points in one or both of these sets here to unlock the next one, the next skill tree here, and so on and so forth. As for the actual complexity of the tree, there really isn't any. It's just there's pretty clear-cut, like, better abilities to upgrade than others. There's not a lot of build variety. I'd say probably the most build, like, there's definitely going to be, like, one core meta build for each class in this game, I have no doubt. Any other build will just be for people who want to roleplay, like, a certain aesthetic or a certain vibe, but it'll be less effective than others. And the one I'm going with right now seems to be working out pretty good. But, yeah, there's not a huge lot of build variety. There's specializations which each class also has. For Rogue, it's just, you know, do you want to have a combo point system, inner sight system, and later I'll get preparation. Seems like a shitty version of Path of Exile, to be honest. If we're talking about just the skill tree, I'd say that's kind of an insult to Path of Exile. Because even a shitty form of that would look better than this. But that's if we're talking about the attribute points. If you're talking about the rest of the game, I don't agree with it. I will say I like the itemization in this game more than I like PoE. Personally. But if we're talking about attribute points or build guides or build systems for, like, your class, this is a very poor man's PoE. Again, having not accessed the Paragon system, which is post level 50, maybe that'll really fix up the simplicity of the skill tree and how straightforward it is, maybe giving some level of build variety with it. But as of right now, just going in the pre-level 50 skill tree, it is very shitty. I would say I would disagree with that phrasing. It is much better than Diablo 3. Narratively, tonally, and aesthetically, this is pure Diablo. It's grimdark fantasy. It's grimdark story writing. There's no happy-go-luckiness really at any point so far. There's lots of blood, gore, death, demons, corruption. There's not even clear-cut good guys of any kind either. Like, there's no virtuous characters we've encountered so far. Even, like, one of the main good guys outside of our character, Lorath Nar, he's an old drunkard and curmudgeon old man who really hates everything. And, like, people and shit. Would you say the game is worth the $70? I don't know yet, to be frank. I've only finished up to Act 1. I can only give you a recommendation based on the hours I put in so far, which is roughly 10 to 15 hours, maybe 20 hours, something like that. There is lots here I do think is good. Like, though the skill tree is shit, the actual gameplay and like missions and quests and story, all of that are very, very good in my opinion. So it's hard for me to give a yes or no. If you're someone that really needs a huge variety of like RPG builds per class, and that's like the sole reason you would play a game like this, is like that level of customization and variety within like a leveling system, having not accessed the Paragon stuff and not knowing how much that really, you know, mixes things up, just going off of the pre-level 50 skill tree, that is a no from me, if that's the reason you want to get a game like this. If, however, you're more interested in a satisfying gameplay loop, good enemy variety, fun bosses, actual difficulty, because I'm playing on tier 2, which is like the second highest, not second highest, it's the second from the lowest difficulty, because there's tier 1 and 2, and you can't even access 3 until you've reached level 50 with the character. But tier 2 is actually fairly difficult. I mean, I've fought bosses in a couple dungeons that took me 7 or 8 tries. It was very much enemies that you had to beat with skill and knowing how your abilities work and staying on your toes. Applying heals were absolutely most crucial, but not any time before or after. Like, the actual encounters are really, really good. I like the dungeons. I like the overall gameplay loop quite a bit. And again, I like the narrative so far. It feels Diablo, it feels grimdark, it feels like Diablo. So if you want to play for a satisfying gameplay loop, fairly fun itemization and loot grind, then this game is probably worth it, I'd say. Again, not having reached level 50, not knowing about the Paragon system, and not having played the endgame stuff yet, it is a lot of money. It is. That's why it's not easy for me to say, yes, definitively, it's worth $70. I don't know if it is yet. I will say I have not regretted my purchase yet. So, there's at least 20 hours of very much satisfying experience. But to give you a clear-cut yes to buy it, I'd have to experience the end game. I'd have to experience, you know, the post-level 50 Paragon system. I'd need to experience those things before I could say yes, buy it. It's just, it's not straightforward for me on that one right now. if the Paragon system does actually really ramp up like the build variety and the actual fun of playing the class, and the story does end on a very satisfying note, and on top of those two things, the end game is really, really satisfying with what it provides, then I'll give you a definitive yes. But having not gotten to those things yet, I can't give you that, I'm afraid. But when I do get to those points, I will let you know.
I must see to the dead here. If I'd known they were in danger, I would have closed off the estate. Damn Lilith. She brought this on them. Of course not. Demons are arrogant creatures. She would never accept that our kind could vanquish Astaroth. What troubles me is why she's looking for him. What does she want? Astaroth was from the realm of hatred, the place Lilith once called home. Perhaps therein lies an answer. I'll have to ponder this more. They were like brother and sister to me once, but life has taken us on different paths. Erida is consumed with her task of watching over the dead. I long for a time we can meet and discuss old histories like we used to. And Nefane, it's a shame he's become so bitter. Lives like a recluse, deep in the woods. Refuses to meet with me. People either praise me or curse me for that decision. There is no middle ground. Druids like Nefane think I've given away their land to the Knights Penitent. What other choice do they think I had? After the days of Ash, we needed help to rebuild and protect Scotland. The cathedral was ready and willing. Rathma is dead. I brought the prophecy to Inarius so he could unravel its true meaning. I never expected he would kill his son because of it. And now the very thing he wanted, this infernal key to hell, is in Lilith's hands. It must relate to her search for Astaroth.
Oh yeah, I forgot to really rant about Inarius on that point. Yeah, the motherfucker killed his own son. God, I hate... Inarius is a total bitch. He killed his own son. His own church punished a respectable, good man by putting him in an Iron Maiden mech suit, effectively. He doesn't care about humanity or anybody or anything other than himself and wanting to go home to the high heavens. He's literally at the fuck this shit I'm out point in his life. And honestly, in many ways, he's coming off like more of a dickhead villain than Lilith. Yeah, she may be more sinister than him, but at least she's honest about it. He's just a pompous, arrogant prick. That is consistent with the traditional lore of Inarius. I mean, his first reaction to his children being born, the Nephilim, was basically debating a proactive abortion. It's like, should we wipe out the Nephilim? I'm gonna meditate on this. Meanwhile, Lilith in the background is like, no. Although she wasn't much better because she was like, no, I don't want to kill them. I want to use them as weapons in a war against the high heavens and the burning hells. I want to use them to wipe out both of them. So neither were good parents. Lilith was the better of the two because she at least wanted her children to have a life, and in a twisted sort of way, she had plans for them for the future, for their future. They were just twisted, fucked up plans. And Arius was just like, kill them all? I think that's a good idea. I mean, come on. I mean, they might be more powerful than us at some points. I'm just saying. Dickhead. We'll do this one. This lives to murder. True.
Need more time. I'm not ready yet.
Gold, 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 gold. Ooh, a legendary. Awesome! Yeah, boy. Increase my attack speed. That'll do for now. Saragar. Oh. Oh yeah, by the way, the open world map is fairly decently sized. The map consists of Skosglen. This is like the main regions. So the Skosglen, the Fractured Peaks, Hawazar, Kyrgyzstan, and the Dry Steppes. So there's 5 core regions to the map, and then within each region there are sub-regions. For example, the one I'm in currently is the Emerald Chase. The one I was just in was the Western Lowlands. Yeah. Let me quickly go attune to that travel point.
Stars guide you. shake on it. I'll work on that later. Pack protect you.
Oh, probably should repair my gear. I don't think I haven't died in a while, so I probably... Oh, yeah.
Well,
I'm fine. It's good to double check. Yeah, because every time you die, your gear takes a huge durability loss. So you definitely gotta remember to repair. Otherwise, you're gonna be F-U-C-K-E-D'd. I didn't read your message before you retracted it, Dragonis.
I'm not ready yet.
Oh, sorry, dear. The equipment stuff reminds me of Path of Exile. There are certainly similarities. But the thing is, it's still also plenty like Diablo 3 as well for a lot of the itemization. Yeah. The socketing is stuff that I think that's also in Diablo 3, but I could be wrong. Okay, I'm looking for evidence of Lilith.
wood will bend like grass in the wind when the spirits arrive. Physical barriers alone will not be enough.
And your talismans and dirt scrolling will give the dead greater pause.
Talismans, candles, and carvings decorated this central totem. The woody, almost sweet smell of burning pine hangs in the air. It seems commitment to the old ways is strong here. Sure enough.
You picked a fine time to visit Braestag, Wanderer. The whetstones are singing. Hearts are pounding. Sweet music for a red day.
Donan sent me.
At least you're not another night penitent.
At least. It is us who will protect this village with our lives.
Let it be.
There is an ominous fog uphill. Mad spirits emerge from it. They'll be here shortly. Are you here to help us ward them off?
I seek a demon who passed through.
So,
It
that's
did that
what it
much.
was. Well, this day keeps getting better,
If
doesn't
I'm
it?
not mistaken, if you
The
pre-ordered
demon went
the
uphill
digital deluxe or
to
the
aid
collector's
us to me.
edition, you could get early
But unless
access.
you want to join the spirits...
So he could have gotten the
I know
$90 one. True, it's
best
not
to
that
stay
much better
with
than
us.
$100, but he
I
could.
can lead you to Erida.
Out of the question.
I'll be safe. Donan puts his trust in this traveler. So shall we all. Tell me when you're ready to move.
Mind what lurks in the fog, and return as soon as you can. Donan will have my head if anything happens to you.
That's his son. Okay, yeah, we met him earlier. You don't value stacking money much, but for 3... I mean, I do, but that's because I have a lot of things I need to spend here and there, so to have some on retainer would be nice. But, yeah, you could have... Your friend could have got... If he was just after the early access, he could have gotten the Digital Deluxe, which is just $90. I'm pretty sure that also had early access. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. It wasn't just the Collector's Edition that had that.
The roads are thick with fog, so the fastest route to the hills is east, through the Weeping Cairns.
Cairns? Yoran, stay close to me. Me and my Philish ways.
You look like someone who's seen the world. I hope I can do the same one day.
What's holding you back?
My father. You've seen how he is. I need to persuade him just to let me leave the bloody keep.
Well, he knows the darkness of the world that's out there. I mean, he was a Haradrim.
I'm not ready yet.
Need more time.
Fucking spiders!
Need more time.
That's the entrance to the cairns ahead. Wait, why is the passage blocked?
Your dream vacation to Japan? I mean, I hope you get to be able to go, man. When I have enough excess funds, I'll send some your way to help you out with that. Come on back. I know I believe in you. I feel where it will pop. I won't go. Fuck.
It's sealed, but there's writing. They look like old druid runes. The Song of Wind, the Howl of... Oh no, they're coming.
Hurry.
All right. E-a-le, E-a-le, du-gru, ani-do-la-nohre-do. It's a chant. The chant will open the way. Light, protect us. Hold them up.
Here we go.
Need more time.
I love that ability so much.
It worked. Something's rousing the spirits from their rest. We should make haste within.
Boom. To the Weeping Cairn. Mourner's Passage.
Erida's absence gives me greater concern.
Oh, that ability is so good. Twisted Blades. Best investment of my skill points I could have possibly chosen. Just shank a guy with those two magic knives, roll away till you're past the crowd, and they come swinging back towards you and kill everything in their path. It's amazing.
This chamber is just how my father described it.
You've never been here?
Only through the stories he told. Though none involved the restless dead. This doesn't seem right. Erida would not have barred the path of the dead like this. The spirits should be free to roam within the earth.
Lilith.
Strange. The door is locked with an earthen seal. What was it my father said about this? Wardstones, that's it.
If you bring me one from the nearby cairns, I think I can open the way.
Ah, great. So now I gotta go traipsing. That was fast.
I'm not ready yet.
Those were the lag spikes. So weird. Hey, what is hate? Seeing it all. Look out for. Was it? What? I understood 0% of that, my friend. He exploded.
I'm not ready yet.
Right, it was the butcher. As in the butcher demon, or you butchered the sentence? Found the world stone.
Time.
Okay. I don't recall the butcher ever having that fucked up of a sentence, though.
Fresh
meat.
As a kid, that used to like send shivers down my spine. That is a very iconic like boss from Diablo 1, though. They brought him back for Diablo 4. Well, it's a butcher demon. I definitely don't think it's the same one.
Demonic markings.
Lilith's been here.
Something's written on the altar.
Man, that woman gets around.
By stone and roots.
Look, I got 5 people watching right now, but only 1 like. Anyone else find that weird? Come on, leave a like. Support the stream, you know?
Stained with ash and ember. Cursed are we who must remember. Ah, an elegy written by Erida. This is a memorial to all who died fighting Astaroth.
The weak perish. All ash forgotten.
Wait! We are not your enemy!
That doesn't seem to be stopping him there, bud.
I'm not ready yet.
Lilith. She must be bending these heroes to her will. Erida would never stand for it. Unless... Oh... Something has happened to her.
We don't know that yet. Come on. I'm not ready Need more time.
Fuck. The thing is, I don't even think D4 is shit as of right now. There, what is it? It's not as good as Diablo 2, but I'd say it's better than 1 and 3. It's certainly way better than 3 in terms of the story and the atmosphere and the aesthetic so far. All of that it's leagues better than 3. It's not as cartoony. It's not as happy-go-lucky or more of like the standard heroic story against evil. It feels more like a Diablo story where it's a grim, dark setting where the heroes are flawed and the protagonists have loads of issues. And even when it comes to demons versus angels, the angels aren't necessarily all that much better than the demons. By the way, are you growing a Vokuya? I don't know what that is. Vokuya? I don't know what that is. Yeah. Are you referencing some German stuff?
This must be the cairn of the elders. So much defiled. Demonic scars upon their grave and druid runes to rouse the dead.
Yes, I do think it's better than 1. I don't think that's a very high bar, though. I don't have a hugely high... The most I appreciate Diablo 1 is as far as the story goes for 1. And that's about it. Oh, the voice acting. Voice acting was pretty good. For back then. Even for now, really. I liked 1 for what it was. But I do think this is a better game. Objectively. It's not better than 2. I mean... There's nothing about 4 so far that compares to 2, that's for sure. Story is, but that's it. Yeah, I think the story of 1 might be better than... I'll have to finish this game before I say that with confidence. But so far, the story of 1 is better than Diablo 4. So far, but there is a pretty good setup with Act 1 and 2 so far for 4, so if the payoff ends up being as satisfying as they're setting up, and the story is as compelling as they're setting it up to be, then this has the potential to be better than 1, but that's a high bar. Honestly, I'm just happy it's better than 3 so far. It actually feels like a Diablo game, in all the ways that count. I'd say the only real flaws with 4 so far is there's a bit of a lag spike. I think that's a connectivity thing, though, to the servers. I don't think that's the functionality of the game itself. There's some lag spikes here and there. They're rare. And then there's also as for design flaws, there's the skill tree. And the skill tree is a basic as shit system. It's very underwhelming with like the complexity of like builds you can do. There is enough here to make builds. Like you can make multiple, but so far there are pretty clear-cut better abilities for like each node than the others. So there's definitely going to be like the 1 or 2 meta build that everybody plays per class. And then there's going to be like a bunch of other people who just like role play the other builds that just feel nicer. For like an aesthetic purpose, but not necessarily because of actual effectivity. Now, the Paragon post-level 50 thing, that might change my opinion in regards to that. But just going off of the pre-level 50 skill tree, it's basic bitch stuff. Like, if you play these kinds of games for build variety and the like the complex noded leveling system, the actual RPG elements, you're probably better off playing PoE over this, or Diablo 2. But there's more to the game than just a skill tree. And again, I don't know about the Paragon system. That might really elevate things and change things, but not having access to it, I only have access to the nodes of the skill tree. That's the only thing I can really compare and contrast. Well, D1 had very little story. Yeah, well, just because it has less story doesn't... It had a more succinct story. And I don't agree it was more about the horror. The horror was definitely there, and that was a prominent feature of the game. But to make that claim, I don't think you paid attention to the story, my man. The story set up in Diablo 1 was amazing. So, if this game has a satisfying enough payoff compared to 1, it'll make its mark for sure. But it's got a hill to climb there, because D1 had a very good, succinct story.
These runes, the delicate touch. This is Erida's work. Why would you be aligned with the demon?
Ah, great. Another
I've seen
character.
others fall under Lilith's control.
Yeah.
Erida was sworn to keep the dead at peace.
Apparently that vow didn't matter much in the face of mommy milkers.
We'll need to stop her.
Right. Solutions are found ahead, not behind, as Father says.
Well, at least he respects his dad. I actually like that. I like Yoren so far. He doesn't seem like the standard rebellious teenager. I mean, he is rebelling a little bit. But he's not like, oh, my dad, he doesn't know anything he's talking about. Nah, Yoren's more like, he clearly knows some stuff. It's just, I do want to get out on my own. But I love my father, I respect him, and he's even quoting him in, like, safety stuff, so. That's fun little characterization that they're doing there. Can't remember, is Donan a character from a previous Diablo and I'm ghosting? Nah, he's too young. Because this game takes place 50 years after 3. So, no, he can't be in another one. Because the man doesn't look like he's over 40. Or 45. He might have been in D3, but he would have had to be like either a kid or like a really young man.
Hear that? Something screaming in rage ahead. That was one of the revered dead from the cairns.
Returned to the worms. May they find rest.
Arlo,
Did you think we'd so easily join the dead, lad? How did you find your way up here?
through the cairns.
Through them? Mighty brave of you. And mighty foolish. Erida came through with a horned woman. Not her normal company, to be sure.
Ah. Lilith.
They headed towards Solitude, the top of the hill. The sound of Erida's Talharpa carried with the wind. And then, this madness began. If your aim is to follow them, you won't get far with all this fog. It seems to be drawn to the risen remains. We spotted others in the hills before this one tore from the earth.
I'll stay here and protect these two. The fog is too near to leave them undefended.
The stones defend us, lad. I remember when you were still...
I'm staying, Arlo.
Stubborn like your father. That will keep you alive. I'm a friend of his father. Met him in the days of Ash. Saved his life, actually. If you asked him, he'd probably claim he saved mine. Hasn't come up this way in a long while, but he used to. Now and then I'd even go and share a pint with him in his fancy house. That's how I came to know Yoren. I told them to stay put, but they all fled when the fog crept in.
I'm sure they're safe. They know these hills better than anyone.
But fear has a way of making
You're
the wise into fools.
True. Oh, that's a good line. But yeah, doesn't matter how well you know the woods when the things in the woods know them just as well as you do.
Much safer than
If
stumbling
not better.
through all this fog. These huts are more than just stone. My ancestors blessed them to ward off storm and spirit alike.
When the wicked wind starts to moan, best to shelter in the safety of stone.
Right you are, lass.
Okay, that was creepy.
Have enough food to last us weeks. Sharpen my blade too, in case any spirits get too close.
You taught her well.
Not so much to learn from someone like me. The truth is, she's the reason I've lasted so long up here.
Creepy child. Alright, so find the risen remains.
Need more time. I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet. Need more time.
You did not know the storyline. Seem you not knowing anything in Warhammer 40k. Me not knowing anything in Warhammer 40k? Excuse me? Is that another butchered sentence, my friend?
I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet.
Owl cat? How do you know that's what he's talking about? He doesn't say anything about something called owl cat. Unless the UU was a reference. Is that it? UU? I did not know the storyline. Seem UU not knowing anything. Is UU like a nickname for like Owlcat or something?
Need more time. more time.
I'm not ready.
What country are you from? What is hate? I'm just kind of curious, because I'm wondering if you're using a weird translator for like your English sentences, because they're no offense, but they're really confusing. $40K winch. What? Am I missing part of the conversation in chat? Because you're like the first person to mention Owlcat, unless I told, like, just so you guys know what I see in chat. This is like exactly what I see. Did you just kill it easy? Question mark. Last boss D3 Act 1 was a butcher. Yes, I know, and D3 is shit more than the 4. By the way, are you growing a Volculia? I don't know what the fuck that is. Oh, and just said better than 1. Story is, but that is it. Well, D1 had very little story in it. Was more about horror. I did not know the storyline. Seem you not knowing anything in Warhammer 40K. He's talking about Owlcat. Hate caps, really do. Owlcat 40K RPG. The 40K Wings and the PC not know shit because the game makers assume. I am so confused reading chat right now. I feel like there's a side conversation I'm unaware of. Okay, so it's not a translation thing. Unless, do you live in Quebec? Because that's like, isn't that the place in Canada that's like super French speaking? Like that's like the predominant language.
I don't have enough energy. It's thinning now. I should check on Yori. I'm not ready yet.
Just me.
I need more time.
The roads are clear now. We need to get to Braystag. It's safer there.
We've lasted this long and survived worse.
You've been fortunate.
Braystag, swarming with those cathedral gobshites.
Please, Arlo.
Eh, fucking
Just
go
for
shit.
now.
Maybe we should go with him, Dad.
How old is that kid?
Well,
the voice
the
sounds
Eels
so
would be
deep
welcome.
for like a little girl.
I will deal with Erida and Lilith.
Not like masculine
See
deep, but
them
like
safely to Braystag.
older woman deep.
I I will. Thank you.
Alright, let's go find Erida. I joined the USA Marines at 20. Oh, that's why you can't spell with the damn you're in the Marines. I'm joking, by the way, but I'm just saying. I'm being mean. Actually, it's kind of funny because I got a huge taste of like military banter when I worked for the Navy. Because I would meet people like from the Army, from the Navy, particularly from the Navy, but the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, and I always got to experience that banter between the different branches. It was always very entertaining.
Need more time. Need more time. I'm not ready yet.
Well, that was hectic.
Have you seen the signs as I have? Hell is coming, and my people are not ready to face it. Not yet.
How old is Erida? She sounds like an old woman.
But you are already strong.
Am I?
Come forward.
I'm on my way. Don't you worry, old lady.
I'm not ready yet.
There she is. She can play a mean violin.
Only one of us will walk away from this. So let's enjoy the storm a moment. Ah, nature's music.
The dead are killing your people as we speak.
Some will die, yes. But that is the way of nature. It is a crucible. It devours the weak and makes the strong stronger. And those who survive, they will save this land from hell.
You've fallen for the demon's lies.
No, no. This is my choice. Lilith only granted me the power to do what must be done.
And what did you give her?
All things must be earned in the wilds, even knowledge. Prove yourself, and you will have your answers.
Bitch.
Need more time. I need more time. I'm not ready. Out of energy. Need more time. I'm out of energy. I need more energy. I'm not ready yet. I'm low on energy.
Fuck.
Can't use that. Need more time. I'm not ready. Need more time. I'm not ready. I'm low on energy. I'm not ready. I'm not ready yet.
Gotcha, bitch.
The stronger prevails. So be it.
What did you give Lilith?
I told her of the wards around Astaroth's prison. How to break them.
Why?
My people have forgotten what it took to defeat Astaroth. Oh, they must learn again. If they cannot vanquish him? How can they stand against the full might of hell?
'Cause logic. Well, I get what her goal was. That is very poor logic. It's like, oh, if they can't face this and beat this, how can they possibly... Again, I get it. But at the same time, just because they can face off against Azeroth doesn't mean that they can face off against the full might of hell. Azeroth is just one level of disaster to deal with, and the casualties of dealing with him anew will leave them too few to deal with the threat of the other thing they're trying to prepare them for. Rather foolish. Hey, let's go down over.
And?
She is at peace now, I hope.
I never thought it would turn out like this. Heroism and sacrifice are often entwined in the course of fate. My mother's words. I must tell Father what has happened. What Lilith has done. We cannot let her destroy anything else.
No! I'm gonna keep the legendary. Alright, unfortunately I have to call it there, guys. I have to get ready for work. And then, I got a short amount of time before then. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream, short as it was. I will be continuing my Diablo journey soon. Might not be tomorrow. Because tomorrow I work even earlier. I get out earlier, but I work even earlier tomorrow. So, thank you all so much for watching. I'll catch you guys later. Bye-bye.